Hey girls, just want to go through a little review of the last week's match versus Bethesda. Your first review of this preseason here as we get into league matches. Just want to give you an idea of what we're looking at. We trained this last night, and really the focus is, how do we defend against the opponent's build-up? So just want to take a look at this one. And the first one is actually decent, where I think Bristol is able to win the ball. But I think what Christian and I want you to notice is what our shape looks like in this situation. And it's almost like we're too far away. There's a big gap right here. There's a big gap right here. And if they are able to be successful, which this is a scripted build out for them. So it's her to her, her to her, or she turns and goes that way. And then she plays her, and then she plays up. So, this is what they're trying to accomplish. This was early in the game, and Bristol does a good job of getting it. But if you look back to our shape, this is where our second forward needs to drop in, once Bristol forces the play out wide, and then midfielder needs to drop in here, this midfielder here, outside back, and six. So just something that we want to look at, because you're going to see it in a couple of clips here, which is very important for us to monitor. Same situation or similar situation in defending a build-up through the midfield here. And again, let's take a look at what things look like. Two forwards, midfield one, midfield two, midfield three, midfield four, outside back, and center back. So this is not the collective diamond shape that we want you guys to have, where, forwards here, 10 can be up here, right mid there, 6 up even further, and that looks like Emily there. We want to make sure it's a little bit more compact and a little bit more connected. That picture right there looks a lot better in terms of how we're doing it. But once two forwards run up straight like this, let me rewind a little bit. Once you run up straight like this, you're allowing that to happen. So what's really important is at least one of you, if you're going to apply some pressure to her, we need to make sure the 10 and our wide midfielder is stepping up, unless they play here, and then Bristol can force her to play out wide, and then all the midfielders can slide over and help out. But again, as we talked about it last night, same kind of thing. Once she gets the ball in here, this is a lot of running for us to have to do to get back on the ball. And now you can see we now have to sprint from here all the way across the field just to be able to get an opportunity to win the ball back. Same thing here, way too far away, and she can do whatever she wants with the ball. And our 10 needs to be up higher, outside mid needs to be higher. So once this player gets on the ball here, you can see again, she can play here, who can play out there, she can play back and play into this player, or she can play all the way through. So it's basically a 4v1. And now, again, let's say this happens just as a reference. It's okay for Bristol to chase. Maddie, you've got to drop into this player here. Emily immediately. Maya, and then Mia A and Mia T. We've got to slide over as our defensive diamond to make sure that we're able to get on it. Left back needs to be up if Emily is going to step. Right now, Emily is in a little bit of a no man's land because she's basically just standing in the middle without anybody around her and hopeful to get on the ball. It's really tough to make things predictable. And again, you'll see it happen again. And for us, we don't want you guys having to run so much. What does our midfield shape look like right now? Are we collective enough, to be able to help? Is a forward dropping down so that Mia can come down, so Mia T can step up, and then Maya can drop in? Are we making play predictable to one side, or are we allowing them to do whatever they want? And again, right now it's preseason against a good team, so important for us to look at this as a learning opportunity. But this is a little better in terms of our numbers. So now she just clips it. And you remember last night we said the same thing. Well, if they're going to press you, just play a long one into the space, and that's exactly what they did here. So positioning is super important, and giving away, scoring opportunities because we can't win the ball higher up the field, it becomes a little problem for us. So we want to make sure we're ending things a little bit earlier. So just recognize one clip here on ball security. So can we maybe play into goalkeeper here? Or if we're going to clear it, let's put some weight under the ball and hit the ball as hard as we can, just to give us a second to breathe. Good defending there, but can we clear the danger? Again, clearance on the ground. Can we get the ball high and wide and let our midfield step up and apply some pressure? Okay, another clearance, and then ultimately we get the ball out of bounds. So here's just the corner that they scored on us. And what we want to make sure you guys understand is we need to make sure that we have players on the six, as we've discussed and trained several times as well. Let's make sure we have players on the six so that the ball doesn't easily come over our head. And then again, it's just important for us. You can see the amount of players they have, see the amount of players that we have. I'm going to run it through twice just so we can see, everybody can see, where could we have won the ball. Obviously, sorry, let me go back a little further. We have plenty of ball winners in there. We have plenty of height in there. So it's just a matter of, being a little brave and going up and heading the ball or getting something on it so the ball gets, cleared away. Got a couple of free jumpers in there, and they're able to score the goal. So again, not the end of the world. It's a preseason friendly. Everybody's getting in and running around, so the rhythm doesn't get established as well as you would want it to, like in a league match. But defensively, we've got to really stay together, be compact, make play predictable. If possible, force the play them to play down the line so that they can't switch the point of attack. If we force up the middle, make sure all four midfielders are there collectively, and center backs are ready to win the ball. So hopefully it's helpful. Get in touch if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys.